exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude.
Hey, we are back with another Can-Am update. How are you guys all doing today? I am doing peachy clean. It rained here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Stream is going to be starting. I just got to shut off the music so that I can do other things because this thing, I got to get the hard drive fixed in it. So here we go. That night, if you guys noticed, they did have problems with the track. Track was beautiful. They had a lot of interesting stuff that went on. It has happened once before where the track lights basically the generator. If you haven't been to Can-Am, the track lights on the inner field, on the behind the booth and out on the track, they're all ran by a generator. It's a big generator, and that night, it usually they start it up, they let it run, they let it warm up. You don't just turn on a cold generator to about 90 to 100, maybe 100 pot lights. They are like the ones that are on your street. They are mercury die-cast. So it was kind of weird that happened, but let's get into it. That night they had 12 big 358s, 19 sportsmen, 12, and usually they have more of the 602 crates, 8 thunders, and 8 limited sportsmen. First ones out on the track was the limited sportsman for their heats. 3 laps, that's all they get. 33, Brianna Murtaugh took her checkers, went from 6th to 1st. Brandon Billock went in the 20, went from 2nd and stayed there. Mike Durham in the 6th went from 3rd and stayed there. Generally Bartlett went from 1st back and fell back to 4th. 3 laps to see who would run in the heat. Next one up for their hot laps was with Bob Johnson 358 modifieds for 3 laps. And don't want you to know, Billy Dunn was the fastest one, 18.2629.8. 17 of Dipper, 19.015. Scott Webb in the 18W went from 11th to 3rd, and his fastest time was 130. Next one up for their hot laps was the Bob Johnson Sportsman. Top 3 that were the fastest, 44 Taylor Dockstader ran a 19.931. Richard Murtaugh in the 33. He went from 11th to 2nd, and he ran, his fastest lap was 19.951. Jessica Powers went from 15th all the way up to 3rd, and her fastest lap was 20.008. Eric Nyers went from 12th. I'm going to just do this one real quick because we got a little talk about that one. Went from 12th to 4th, and his fastest hot lap was 20.035. Next one up was the crate sprints for 3 laps. Top fastest 3 was 1B of Josh Van Jr. He ran an 18.516. 30 of Ken this guy, he went from 4th to 8th, or the 2nd. His fastest lap was 18.671. Andrew Ness in the 87 went from 3rd and stayed there, and his fastest lap was 18.740. Next one up for their hot laps, and a lot of them didn't come out. Only 3 came out. Was kind of boring. 87 of Joe Kimball, and his fastest lap went from 7th to 1st, and his fastest lap was 20.029. Another one that came out was Colin Buster. The 19 went from 1st to 2nd. His fastest lap was 20.2 or 24.82. That is it for their hot laps. They went back, they pounded, they nailed, and all that crap. And the first one's out. We're only gonna be doing the top 2. First heat, 1 of 1 for the limited sportsman. Genevieve Bartlett went from 4th to 1st. 33 of Brianna Murtaugh went from 7th to 3rd. 44 of Madison Rogers went from 6th to 3rd. Top 4 went to the top 4 advanced. Next was Bob Johnson 358 sportsmen's or modified, sorry. 2 heats. Scott Webb in the 18W went from 1st to 2nd. 31 of Lance Willocks went from 3rd to 2nd. Ryan Bartlett in the 39 went from 4th to 3rd. Top 3 transferred. Second heat, 7S of Sean Shaw and Billy Dunn. They duked it out. Tim Fuller tried to get into the mix, couldn't. Both of them received a point on their a point. Second one was the heat for the sportsman. 1 of 2. Usually they have 3. Logan Brown in the 9 went from 2nd to 1st. Fox 28, Tyler Stevenson went from 8th to 4th. 92 of Frank Sibley went from 4th to 3rd. Richard Murtaugh and Eric Nyers were rounded out the top 4 and 5. Top 5 transferred. Heat 2. 18 of Gavin Isley and the 52 of Jessica Powers. They both were the hot shoes on the heat. Gavin Isley went in the 18 went from 6th to 7th. Jessica Powers went from 7th to 2nd. 621 G of Taylor Gibbons went from 2nd to 3rd. 18 of Justin Gadball went from, there's a train. That's not up here. It's down in Fairport. 18G of Justin Gadball went from 3rd to 4th. And Paul Bernard in the 1D went from 4th to 5th. Next one up was the sprints for their hot laps, or for their heats. 1 of 2. 1B of Corey Vanell Jr. took the checkers, went from 6th to 1st. 7-1R of Richard Zacharias in the 71R went from 1st to 2nd. Tucker Donathan in the Z28 went from 3rd to stay there. Top 3 advanced. Heat 2. Brunner Richards went from 5th to 1st. 27W of Nick Webb went from 2nd and stayed there. Andrew Ness in the 87 went from 3rd and stayed there. Top 3 transferred. Last heat for the night was the Sandens Leisure Thunderstock. 1 of 1. Top 4 advanced. The 6 of 21V of Corey Vanell went from 6th to 1st. Jordan Gilson in the 22J went from 5th to 2nd. 87 of Corey Kimball in the 87 went from 7th to 3rd. And rounding out the field, the 19 Lacone in the 19 went from 3rd to 1st. A lot of people, the track did have a lot of dinner that night. We go to the features. only first one that I did get was Madison Rogers, and that kid has got some talent. Um, I could tell you that one person, he was running the same line. If you guys didn't realize it, he was running the same line as another person that's that runs in the Sportsman's. If you can guess who, then you know. Madison Rogers, congratulations for your win. 2 points advanced. It's amazing to see a kid. If parents, if you can get your kids into racing, start them out with the go karts first. Get them good and used to that, and if they still want to do it, limited sportsman is the limited sportsman or something that's like it is the best. Or even try to get them into a mini mod. That's they still run them. Next one up after Victory Lane was the Plow Shop 358s with Tim Fuller going from 4th to 1st. Billy Dunn tried to get on the outside but couldn't. Tim Fuller took the checkers. 25 lap feature go. Congratulations, Tim Fuller and his team. Billy Dunn, Scott Webb, Ryan Bartlett, y'all did really good. Maybe the track will let you win. Lots of DNFs. Sean Shaw in the 7S, the track ate his car for dinner, and Jimmy Skeeks in the Jeremy in the 39S. He didn't make it. Come back next week or the following week. Maybe the track will let you win. Next one up was the Bob Johnson Sportsman's. This guy has been waiting and waiting and waiting. He went from first to second to first, and won it. 622G of Tyler Gibbons. This guy has been clawing and clawing, and I'm glad to see that. I tried to get the Victory Lane, but as soon as I thought it was recording, and it never did. This is something new that we're doing. 18 of Gavin Isley took in 8, went from 8th to 2nd. Richard Murtaugh in the 3 took 3rd. 10th was the Fox 28 of Tyler Stevenson, and Frank Sibley rounded out to 5. Now, I told you I had something to tell you. If you haven't looked at the video, if you watch the video, you will notice that Eric Nyers and Jessica Powers got into it. If you go back and you look at other videos that I've actually done, and the track has actually realized this too, the Nair family needs to get off their high horse. They really need to get off their high horse, because they've been picking on other drivers and trying to force them either up or down, and the drivers are actually pushing it right back onto them. Guys, it's just a race. There'll be more. Take it easy with your cars, because all you're doing is screwing up somebody else's car and making it harder for them to have to go fix it. Take it easy. Use your heads. You will win. The track, it's the track that you have to talk to. Ones that did make it that night was Keegan Nyers in the 4, 34 of Eric Nyers, and Gary's son in the 38. Track ate them for dinner, lunch, and breakfast. Next one up was the 602 crates for 25 laps feature go. The 1V of Josh Van Jr. took first, went from 6th to 1st. Bruno Richards in the 72 went from 5th to 2nd. Tried to get up there. Nick Webb in the 27W went from 2nd to 3rd. And Andrew in 87 of Andrew Ness. And the 72R of Richard, I'm not sure how to say his last name, but that was your top 5. last one of the night. And actually, you know what? In the 602 crates, two of them didn't make it. Josh Van Brocklin in the X89 and William Fisher in the 74. The track did not let them go, which is kind of sad. Last one on the field, and I did not get the winnings for this one. Corey Vanell, the 21V, went from third to first. 22J of Gerald Gilson tried to get up there, just couldn't. Tony Fresno in the 22 went from 8th to 3rd. Gadball, Combs Kimball in the 87 went from 4th and stayed there. OJ White actually top the top 5. Only one that did not get it was the 3R of David Rimza. I think that's how you. Points as of right now. We can go and look at that. Right now, the points as they stand. Your track champion, and I'm going to just go right down the list. For the Whitesboro Plow Shop 358 modified, right now it is your leading champion, Billy Dunn, in the 49, with Lance Willix tailing up for him, minus 30 points behind. Tim Fuller is minus 38. Ryan Bartlett is 94. So let's see. We only have 3 more races, and then we'll find out who the main champion is of track. Next one up, the Sportsman. Right now, your winning track champion of this year of 2025, if it stands, at 702, Gavin Isley in the 18. Richard Murtaugh in the 33. Jessica Powers tailing back with 28, minus 28. Fox Stevenson in the 28 is minus 74. So somebody is going to win, and I think it's going to be Gavin Isley in the 18. Panther Framework 602 crates. The first one is Josh Van Jr. with 634 points. Richard Bruno is only 10 points away. Andrew Ness in the 87 is 30 points away. And Tucker Donaldson in the 22Z is only 34 points away. Your Sundance Leisure? Sure, we got that. Tony Fresno will be your track champion if it holds out. These are as of 8:15 of last race. 21V of Corey Vanell is minus 46 points away. David Ramsey in the 3R is 52 points away. So right now, as it stands, that would be your track champion is Tony Fresno. The 21, the Frameworks, Panther Frameworks. And folks, we still got a tie. We still have a tie. If it holds out, I don't know how the heck they're going to do it. 44 of Madison Rogers, 33B of Brandon Murtaugh, and Mike Dunn are your top 3. With 10 points, get Jenny B. Bartlett in the 11, 90 of Howard, 10 points. Hyde Howard in the 21R, or 21 is 10 points. So, got a lot of people that could be on the Limited Sportsman. And that is it. We are off next week. We'll be back at the Nasty Track of the North on the 29th, Night of Champions. And that will round out the point. I think that's going to be rounding out the point season. And on the docket for that will be the same as last week's. Panther Frameworks, Limited Sportsman, Thunder Cars, Sportsman, and 358s. To all the winners of the 15th. I do congratulate you. I know that you try your hardest to get up there. Um, like I've told everybody, it's a sport. It's a sport. It's a sport. But it's a sport that there's a lot of people that are passionate about, and you just gotta take your time. Um, Hopefully they get the lights and all that fixed for the 29th. I know the Bartletts are the couple of weeks they've been having problems, and they've been getting it situated, getting it sorted out. So I will see you guys all later. Remember, Tuesday we have movie review, and then we'll be doing updates on a couple other tracks. We're going to be going to a couple other tracks and discussing what their tracks are doing. But until then, I will see you guys all later. Please take care. Remember, stay safe. If you are a subscriber and you did not see your name at the end of the Thunderstock Heat, that's because you did it wrong. You have to go out. You have to sign up for a YouTube channel page, and then you will get your name in the Thunderstock or something who is ever last in the Night of Champions. Next, we have for the 28 days. The 28 days of subscribers will be on 3 of them will be on each one of the Night of Champions at the end of the racing. And I will see you guys all later. Please take care. Remember, if you are a subscriber, hit the bell icon for all. And thank you for joining the lovely channel. I'll see you guys all later.